So for the body, we're going to do it very similar to the head. There's not going to be anything new, no new stitches to learn. It's going to be the same type of stitches, just slightly different pattern. So I'm going to work a little bit faster now for the body just to speed things up a bit, but it's the exact same method as we did before. So let's begin. So we're going to start off with a chain 4. So remember to start off with the chain 4. We do a slip knot. So take your string like this and turn. Take your tail, pull the tail through. You have a loop. Take your hook, insert it, and pull the tail. Now we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip the first chain from the hook, which is this one here, into the second chain. So we have 1, 2, 3 remaining. Into the second chain, do a single crochet. Into the third chain, do a single crochet. And into the final chain here at the very beginning, do a single crochet. Like that. Turn your work slightly, so we're working on the back side of the chains now. So you should have 1, 2, 3 chains here. Okay, into the first one, you're going to do a single crochet. Into the second one, you're going to do a single crochet. And into the third one, you're going to do a single crochet. Like that. And you're going to have 6 stitches all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here's our first stitch of the round. So that was the end of round 2. We have 6 stitches all the way around. For round 3, we're just going to do an increase into each stitch all the way around. So an increase, once again, is 2 single crochet into each stitch. So here's our first stitch, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochet. The next stitch, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. The third stitch, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochet, 2 single crochet. And here's the third stitch here, the V, the fourth stitch, sorry, the V. 1, 2, the fifth one is right here. 1 and 2, and the sixth one is right here. 1 and 2. Okay, like that. So you have 12 all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so at this point for round 3, we're going to start marking our round. We're going to take our string, lay it over the stitch. Here's our first stitch of the round. For round 4, we're going to do a single crochet increase all the way around. That's going to be our pattern all the way around. So in the first stitch, 1 single crochet. In the second stitch, an increase. The next stitch, a single crochet. And the next stitch, an increase. Okay. The next stitch, a single crochet. And the next stitch, an increase. All the way around. So okay, single crochet, increase, all the way around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. Here we are at the end of round 4. You're going to have 18 stitches all the way around. So just to double check, let's count our stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and here's the beginning one. 18. Okay. And for our rounds, just to show you, to count the rounds again, we're going to count them the same way. So here's our beginning circle. The line in the center is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, we ignore these V's at the top. We do not count the V's as a stitch. We just count the lumps. 1, 2, 3, 4 lumps. And that tells us that we've completed 4 rounds, and we are now on round 5. So for round 5 to 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, the next 4 rounds, we are going to do 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. Okay, just 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. And at the end of round 8, you're still going to have 18 stitches all the way around. I'm going to meet you at the end of round 8. So here we are at the end of round 8. This is what my piece looks like. So once again, this is the inside of the piece where the stitches go outward like that, and the outside of the piece, or the right side, goes in a circle. So let's count. The line in the center here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's how we know we've completed round 8. And then for round 9, we're just going to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. So here's our first stitch. We're just going to finish this with a slip stitch. So insert your hook, pull it through, and continue pulling through. Okay, and that's going to be done. Now we're going to cut it and leave a tail for sewing. Take your loop, pull it through, take your place marker and take it out, and then just stuff the tail inside of here. You can cut it if you want as well. So here we have our body. I put some stuffing into it, okay, like this, and I attached my tapestry needle to the tail. And what we are going to do is attach it to the head. So here's our head. This is the part where we began the circle. This is the ending. So you want the part where we began to be the top. This is the bottom, and it's going to be laying flat like this. So the eyes are going to be here, okay? And we're going to stick the head onto the body like that. So we're going to sew the body onto the head through rounds. So here's round 1. So here's round 1, the line in the middle, 2, 3, 4. Right, so here's the line, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in between rows 4 and 5, in here, that's where we're going to sew it. That's where we're going to sew this top, and we're going to keep sewing all the way around. All the way around to the bottom here. All the way around. Okay, so you're going to first take your piece, stick it through. So here's our stitches. Okay, here's our first stitch here. You're going to stick it through this entire V like that and pull it through. Then you're going to attach it to the head. So find your head, attach it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. In between 4 and 5, stick your needle and pull it through. Then we are going to go into the next stitch. And you don't have to do every stitch. You can do as you see the stitches go in front of you. That's the one you want to get. So if you end up being like over here and you skip this stitch, but that's okay. Okay, because you don't want to be over here and end up going backwards. It's just going to bunch it up. So if you're over here and you skip this one, that's okay. You can work into this one. It's not going to create a gap or anything. So after we enter here, go into your next stitch. Like that. Pull it through. Now, instead of going into the head again, you're going to go into the body. So go into the next stitch and find out where on the head it becomes parallel. Stick it out of the head and attach it to the head. Okay, now you're here, so we're going to stick it onto the body. So go to your next stitch, pull through. Now we go onto the body, the next stitch, pull it through, find out where on the head that it matches, pull it through. Okay, so that's how we're going to sew it through all the way around. As you can see, it creates a nice seam, right, that you cannot see. So we're just going to keep squishing the stuffing in and sewing it. When I get to the bottom here, I'm just making sure that it's flat against the bottom of the head. And then I'm going to sew it there. So it doesn't have to be directly at the bottom here. It can be somewhat a couple rows before here, the bottom. But because we squish the head like this, as long as it's just flat, That's good. So here I am at the end, and this is where I began, so I'm just going to finish it off here. Stick it into the first stitch, and stick it into the head anywhere, and stick it outside of the head anywhere. That, see? And pull it tight. And then that's going to secure it, so there is our body attached to the head. So now we're just going to cut it, stick the tail into the head, and we're going to work on the next part, the ears. So now we're going to create 2 ears. To make 2 ears, we're going to start off with 4 single crochet into a magic ring. So to create a magic ring, we are going to take your 2 fingers, take your string, you're going to wrap it forward. Okay, once, twice, and hold it there. Now you're going to take your hook, go under the first loop, pull the second one through, like that. Hold everything there as you take out your fingers. Wrap the string around your finger as if you're going to do a single crochet, and keep everything here. So this is what it kind of looks like so far. Alright, we have our tail, like this, like that. So you want to put your loop to the side here and the tail, just leave it dangling with your other string at the top, like this. Now we are going to pinch everything together, pinch it all together, and take this string and wrap it and create a chain. Wrap it around your hook, pull it through the loop, and it creates a chain like that. Now we've done our magic circle. So we have all of this. Do not let go. If you let go, it's going to become undone. It's not secure yet. Hold everything there. Here's our loop. Okay. Inside the loop, so insert your hook into the loop like this, and create a single crochet. Okay, now we have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and we're going to insert our hook into the loop again, create another single crochet. That. So we did 2 single crochet, keep counting, 3, we're going to do 3, and we're going to do 4. 4. So we did 4 single crochet, as you can see right here, 1V, 2V, 3V, 4V. So that's 4 single crochet. Now it's secure. Now all we do is pull the tail, and here is our magic ring. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's our first stitch of the round. Into this first stitch of the round, we're going to do an increase. So that's 2 single crochet into the same stitch. 1, 2. The second stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet. The third stitch, we're going to do an increase. 1 and 2. And the fourth and final stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. Like that. And you're going to have 6 stitches all the way around. It's hard to see right here, but if you count at your own piece, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And here's the first stitch of the round. For round 3, we're going to do an increase and then 2 single crochet. So into this first stitch, we're going to do an increase. 1 and 2. The second stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. And the third stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. Okay, and we're going to repeat that one more time. The fourth stitch, we're going to do an increase. 1 and 2. The fifth stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. And the 6th stitch, the final stitch of the round, we're going to do a single crochet. So that's going to leave us to a total of 8 stitches all the way around. And the final stitch, we're going to do a slip stitch. So for round 4, the first stitch of the round, we're going to just do a slip stitch into there. Remember, a slip stitch is yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Now our thing is inside out. Take the end of your hook and we're just going to flip it so that our right side is facing out. So here's our piece. We're just going to cut the tail and stick the remaining end inside of here. And then we have completed our ear. Okay, so there's our ear. We're going to make 2 ears, so I want you to make 2 ears. And then I'm going to show you how to attach them. So cut your tail, leave a tail for attaching, pull the tail through, and make 2 ears. So here we have our body. We're going to attach the ears the same method that we did attach the body to the head. Same sewing method. And we're going to attach the ears approximately there. So that is between rows 1, 2, 3, and 4. Between rows 3 and 4, like that. That's going to give us a nice placement for the ears. Okay? And when it's done, it's going to look something like this. Okay, for the ears, just to show you. So make 2 ears and attach them to the head. When you attach the ears to the head, because it is a lot more cumbersome, you might not be able to attach each and every stitch to the head, and that's okay. Sometimes you'll just have to do this particular stitch, and then you might end up skipping this one and attaching the next stitch. That's fine. As long as it's secure to the head, you're going to have no problems, okay? So try your best, attach the ears, and then we're going to move on to the feet. So here I am with the ears. I finished attaching them on. This is what it looks like. Okay. Now let's move on to the legs.